Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, there are some claims, not based on evidence, that President of Ukraine, Zelensky, has a lot of money and a lot of properties and a monthly income of substantial cash. This article comes from Agence France Presse, and it's a guy over here who posted something. His name is, I think, David Wolf or something like that, where he claims that Zelensky has a lot of money and wealth. So let's see what this article says. Agence France Presse reports on March 9, 2023, unproven claims about Volodymyr Zelensky's wealth surface online. Well, let's see what these guys are claiming. Social media posts shared thousands of times say Volodymyr Zelensky earns $11 million per month, has billions in assets, including a $35 million house in Florida and numerous other trappings of moneyed lifestyle. This is unproven. Public records show Ukraine's president does not own property in his name in the U.S. state. Financial disclosures and independent investigations indicate he is far from being a billionaire, but I think he's a millionaire. I think he's worth more than that. I looked over the article, and I think on the bottom it says. So remember, he lives in Ukraine and he is a millionaire. And none of the online claims include evidence of such significant wealth. Yeah, of course, I would like to see evidence, like in any claims. When they tell me that Putin has billions, he's the richest person on this planet, I would like to see the evidence. When they tell me that Putin has some bank accounts where he has billions, I would like to know more. Otherwise, anyone can say anything. And if I judge that thing like that, I should judge the same thing here, the same way. And I'm quoting, the president of Ukraine owns a $35 million home in Florida and has $1.2 billion in an overseas bank account. End quote. Says text in an image that David Wolf, an American author and raw food advocate, tweeted on February 24th, 2023. And I'm quoting again, Zelensky owns 15 homes, 3 private planes, and has a monthly income of $11 million. Why is no one questioning where our aid is going? End quote. Now, you can't just say things like this. I mean, you can, but you have to bring evidence as well. Otherwise, we're going to have a big mess. So this is the guy who claims this. He's a raw food advocate. What can I tell you? Right here it says, is an American author and conspiracy theorist. He promotes a variety of pseudo-scientific ideas such as raw foodism, alternative medicine, and anti-vaccine sentiment. He has been described as, on Facebook's most unambiguous public figures, as well as an internationally renowned conspiracy theorist and a huckster. Okay, this is this guy. Again, when people say things, I want to see evidence, and I don't see it. This is the tweet, what it put it. I would like to see the evidence. Now, screenshot of Twitter taken February 28, 2023. The post appeared to echo a claim that first emerged in February 2022 on Telegram. The allegation circulated online as the U.S. pledged $2 billion in additional security for Ukraine on February 24, 2023, the first anniversary of Russia's invasion. The U.S. has provided more than half of the $50 billion in military aid to Kiev has received since the war began. So they got, 25? I think they got more than that. They say more than half of that. That support has sparked criticism for some politicians, including 11 House Republicans who have co-sponsored the resolution to end American aid for Ukraine. So, it says here, and I'm quoting, none of the above statements is true, end quote. Zelensky spokesman Sergei Nikiforov told Agence France Presse in a written statement, and I'm quoting, this is a conscious but futile attempt to influence American society's support for the fight of the Ukrainian people for freedom and justice. Blah, 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 blah. All right, you guys are just used. Let's move back to the article. Wolf tweet claims Zelensky, a former actor and comedian, turned serious general, the most renowned general after all this, it says that owns a, and I'm quoting, $35 million home in Florida. An Agence France Press review of public records in all 67 of the U.S.'s counties indicate U.S. states counties indicate that the Ukrainian president does not own property there under his name. Thank you very much. Forbes estimated in April 2022 article that Zelensky's real estate portfolio is worth $4 million. Okay, well, he's a millionaire. Good for him. He's a successful comedian, and in Ukraine. Ukraine, I think, the income per how do you call it, GDP, if you want to see, it's just $2,000 or $3,000 per person. Let me see. All right, and I went to the World Bank, and here, at least whatever this site is, and it's data worldbank.org. GDP per capita current US in Ukraine, we have it right here, is in 2021 was 4,800. So that's, let's say, roughly $5,000 per year. That's how much the per capita is. And this guy is a millionaire. Now look at this trend right here, and you're going to find the lowest, Ukraine in 2015. So in 2013, then you got 2014, it dropped. The coup is right here. Between this and this is the coup right here. This is the worst, okay? And then from here, the investments and whatever, this is in 7 years, 8 years, 7 years, something, okay, right here. So it's $5,000. And Volodymyr Zelensky, good for him, he is a millionaire in that country. Among his assets, 3 wholly owned apartments, including properties in Kiev and Crimea. Oh, Crimea. 2 of the co-owns, two that he co-owns, 1 commercial property and 5 parking spaces. Zelensky and his wife also listed 2 cars and 6 luxury watches on their 2020 asset declaration, according to reporting of the document filed in the National Agency of Corruption Prevention. So this is what they said, okay? But anyway, Forbes reported in 2022 that it found no evidence whatsoever of a fleet of luxury yachts and private jets belonging to Zelensky. I think this is accurate. There's no evidence to that. You would see that. The same with others when they say, well, Putin's got a yacht somewhere, but you never see him on the yacht. So I don't know. There's no pictures of the guy on the yacht. And again, oh, he's got that gymnast that he's screwing. I've never seen them together, but only one time. And that was when he gives her a medal for whatever achievements she did. That's all. And it's impossible, with a impossible. I'm saying that like 3 times, like Peter said about Jesus. It's impossible. I'm saying 4 times, so it doesn't stay at 3. That there's no pictures from satellite, from CIA, with Putin holding hands, sitting at the table somewhere in Crimea or in Sochi with this woman. I saw some articles right here. I mean, I would like to see it. You don't show it to me, there's no evidence to me, okay? The same, oh, he's got 2 children, or she's got 2 children with him or something, or and those children never go in a car, and the car never drives anywhere, and there's no people with this or the no. I mean, you gotta be, not you, but people who claim that, they really think that we're retards. And most of us are, or most of them, let's put it this way. The Pandora Papers files obtained by the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists, ICIJ, and published in 2021 showed Zelensky and business partners establishing a network of offshore companies in 2012. Nothing wrong with that. The investigation involved some 600 journalists and was based on a leak of some 11.9 million documents from 14 financial services companies around the world. According to its finding, 2 of the offshore companies belonging to Zelensky's partners were used to buy 3 properties in central London. Central London. How much would that be? I think it's the highest price possible, central London. But anyway, there is no sign, I'm quoting, no sign that Zelensky himself was a part of the London property deals, end quote. The Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, OCCRP, wrote at the time. So it says here that Wolf, now we're going to go to how do you call that, character assassination part of this article. Wolf is not a journalist or expert. No, he's not. Sullivan added, what's an expert? A person who knows things and is involved in things, or he has a diploma and doesn't know shit? Which one is it? He sells pseudoscience health products. He is a self-described conspiracy theorist, a strident anti-vaxxer stating without evidence that vaccines cause autism, and has said the earth is flat, end quote. Okay, well, I don't believe anybody who comes and tells me this right here. I don't believe it. I want to see the evidence. But I want that to be going both ways, okay? Not only in one direction. Now, net worth and income. This is where we wash Mr. Zelensky and get him clean. There are several billionaires in Ukraine, according to Forbes, and Zelensky is not one of them. The president is worth roughly 20 million, the magazine said in 2022 report. Oh my God, 20 million. Good, he's a successful person. No crimes committed, good for him. Multiple fact-checking outlets, including some based in Ukraine, have reached similar conclusions. Zelensky and his wife declared more than $700,000 in bank accounts and $650,000 in cash. Who has $650,000 in cash, my friends? How do you acquire $650,000 in cash? Anyway, on their 2020 financial disclosure, according to reporting on the form. The presidential's main assets, however, is an estimated 25% stake in Kvartal 95 LLC, a production company he founded in 2003 with friends from high school and law school. That's cute. We see no significant changes since this article was published, says this guy. All right. As for his salary, Zelensky received 336,000 UAH, Ukrainian hryvnia, as president in 2020, according to his most recent asset declaration. This is equivalent to nearly $12,500 annually, based on the average exchange rate in 2020. Okay. Several Ukrainian news outlets reported in spring 2021 that Zelensky also declared 4.6 million hryvnias, which is $171,120 in royalties, and then let's say roughly $500,000 from the sale of the house and a plot of land. Where can you have this? You definitely don't have it in Ukraine. A $500,000 house in Ukraine, I don't know where they would be. Must be somewhere else. But he also can it be an apartment somewhere in central London? I don't know. Maybe, I don't think so. I think they're more expensive, but it depends what kind of apartment you got. I don't know. Most of the royalties came from Kvartal 95, which has an estimated annual revenue of $30 million. Good for you. Zelensky declared, his wife, $33,447 salary from the company in 2020. That brings the family total income to nearly roughly $220,000, excluding the property sale, far from the 11 million monthly figure claims in the post. Well, you destroyed all that. Okay, well, Agence France-Presse repeatedly contacted NACP for additional comment, but a response was not forthcoming. All right, well, as I said, this is what this guy said. I don't know the guy. You need to bring evidence. He is a multimillionaire, Zelensky. He is. Good for him. I have nothing against millionaires whatsoever. I don't think they really got over there by chance, if you know what I mean. Just stayed home and jerked off in front of a TV, drink some beer, and they got, bam, millionaire. But since he's not indicted with anything, he's not charged, he's not convicted, and even if he would be indicted or charged, doesn't mean anything unless you're convicted. And when you're convicted, you appeal, and so on. So, and until you go to, you're nothing. But when you go to, they will say, oh, that was a political, whatever, trial. I don't know. My personal feeling or assessment, I don't think he's poor. Let's put it this way. And since I have some experience with that area of the planet, I know how things work. It doesn't mean that it's directly connected to him. But during a war in Ukraine, money coming in, I'm pretty sure a lot of money is diverted left and right. All that over there that was listed by this guy, David Wolf, does not come from the 2013 until now. He didn't say anything about how he got that money and so on. Comes from United States? I don't know. We're going to find out later. We will find out later when he's going to be disgraced, or when he's going to be attacked by, he's not going to follow orders anymore and he's going to go rogue. Then we're going to find out things that these guys knew before. That's always happens with people that don't follow orders anymore, and they decide to be on their own tyrants. And then you find out that, hey, did you know that what's his name, George W. Bush was discharged from the National Guard, Air Force, whatever. He didn't. When we find out, when he ran for the second presidential election, not the first one. You didn't know that, but you know that. That's an example, and many others. When you find out, all of a sudden, oh, so he did that. Like, for instance, you remember Justin Trudeau, the president, Jesus Christ, the Prime Minister of Canada. He's a communist, and he's not a communist. He's a guy who wants power, and he's just a narcissistic, and he has power, unfortunately. Remember when the blackface surfaced of him? Man, what happened? Nothing. I mean, yeah, okay, well, but why? Because he's following directions. And when did they surface? When he was already a prime minister, not before, not in a campaign, nothing. And when they came, where is it right now? Still a prime minister. But remember, some people, for that, they lose their jobs. He didn't. How come? Because he's following orders, man. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. I'm very glad that Zelensky is so successful financially and politically and everything. He's a successful person. I give him that one, right? Al Capone was successful as well. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.